Hey, it's me, John Conley with Success Real Estate. In this week's video blog, I wanted to talk to you about being a responsible landlord. I'm often amazed by some of the calls that I get from people wanting to be a landlord, or even scarier, people that are current landlords that don't have some of the common sense answers to a lot of these silly questions that they're asking me. Let me give you a couple of examples. The biggest one I think is always on lead-based paint. How much of an issue is it going to be? What would happen, someone recently asked me, if they purchased a property knowing that there was a child under 6 years old in the apartment and the apartment was not de-leaded? That's a violation. You cannot do that. And more importantly, you should know that. What happens if one of your tenants calls you up and says, "Great news, we're expanding our family. Can you please show me a de-lead certificate?" You cannot evict them. You actually have to go and de-lead that apartment and put them into temporary housing. Heck, I had that happen to me once. I had a really nice, sweet grandmother whose daughter, unfortunately, ran into some issues. She had to take custody of her grandchild for a short period of time. Even though she only had custody for 2 or 3 months, I still needed to de-lead that apartment. And that made me aware and cognizant that almost all of my properties right now is to make sure that they're de-leaded. Another thing is discrimination. You've got to be very, very careful. You may not even be thinking you're discriminating against someone, but yet you are. If someone calls you up and says, "I've got a family under the age of 6 years old, I'd like to see that apartment," you cannot say to them, "You cannot see it because it's not de-leaded." The property should be de-leaded. What happens if someone comes to you and they say that "I've got a subsidized voucher"? Well, you don't want to sign a 12-month lease. Your policy is to do a month-by-month lease. That, in essence, is a form of discrimination. I know these are scary topics to talk about, but you need to be a responsible landlord. You need to know how to incorporate the right practice into your daily life of being a landlord. I hope this was of some help to you. Please, if you have any questions for me at all, email me, john@johnconley.com. Till next week.